Good morning, children. This is Miss Urai. As we were dealing with rotation and revolution, this is the part two of rotation and revolution, and we have already dealt with rotation and its effect. Now we are going to deal with revolution. Today we are going to basically deal with revolution, the various aspects of revolution, inclination of the Earth's axis, and the effect of the inclination of Earth's axis. Okay, so what exactly is revolution? It's defined here in this slide. It is the annual movement of the Earth on its orbit around the Sun in 365.14 days. It is known as the revolution. So when Earth is moving around the Sun and it has its own path, that path it is known as the orbit, and it takes 365.14 days to complete one revolution around the Sun is known as the revolution, and it is always moving in anti-clockwise direction, and that direction is from west to east. So that movement it is known as revolution. The period of revolution, is the exact time period that is required by the Earth to complete one circle around the Sun. That is the period of revolution. And what is the exact period of revolution? The exact period is 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 45 seconds, and it is also known as 1 year. Okay, and regarding leap year, it comes after every 4 years. Okay, after every fourth year, the extra 1/4 days, the day that is there, it is actually added up to one full day after 4 years, and this day is added to the month of February, and this year it consists of 366 days. Okay, and this year, which consists of 366 days, it is known as the leap year. Okay, the Earth is never equidistant from the Sun. Okay, sometimes it is far away, sometimes it's closer to the Earth's surface. So when it is far away, then we call it perihelion. So what exactly is perihelion? Earth nearest to the Sun. When the Earth is nearest to the Sun, that is especially on 3rd of January, that is known as, that particular day, it is known as the perihelion, when the Earth is just 147 million kilometers away from the Sun. And it is derived, this perihelion, it is derived from the Greek word peri, meaning around or near, and helion, meaning the Sun. That means around or near the Sun. Now the aphelion. Okay, so when the Sun is very far away from the Earth, or Earth is very far away from the Sun, that is especially on 4th of July, then it is known as aphelion. And the distance of the Sun from the Earth, it is 152 million kilometers. Okay, and aphelion, it is derived from the word Greek word epi, meaning away from, and helios, meaning the Sun, or helion, meaning the Sun, that is away from the Sun. Now the next thing that we will be dealing with is speed of revolution. So speed of revolution, what exactly is the speed of revolution? The mean velocity of speed of the Earth's revolution, it is actually 10 lakh, okay, and 7,000 kilometer per hour, or we can also say that it is 30 kilometer per second. But there is some kind of variation according to the path of the orbit. That means when the Earth is moving around the Sun, when it is at the position of the perihelion, at that time it is the velocity or the speed is greatest, and when it is in the aphelion position or farther away from the Sun, the speed of revolution is the least. Now we will deal with the inclination of the Earth's axis. Before that, we should know as to what axis is, isn't it? So the definition of the axis, it's given there. The axis of the Earth is an imaginary line passing through the center of the Earth. So it is not actually present there, but it's just an imaginary line which is passing through the center of the Earth, and on which the Earth is spinning. Okay, and the northernmost part of this line, it is known as the North Pole, and the southernmost part of this line, it is known as the South Pole. So Next one is axis it is at an angle of 66.5 degree with plane of orbit. It means that the axis is not at a right angle with the plane of the orbit, okay, or the plane of the ecliptic. When it is revolving around the sun, it is actually at an angle of 66.5 degree with the plane of the ecliptic, or we can say that it is at an angle of 23.5 degree from the line which is perpendicular to the plane of the ecliptic. Please see the figure 3.5 in your book. From there you'll know as to what ecliptic is, plane of ecliptic is, and what exactly are the angles of the tilt of the axis, okay. So we also have to know some of the facts about the axis. So there are some important, very important facts about the axis. So since the earth's axis keeps a fixed angle with the plane of the ecliptic, so the earth's axis always points to the same direction. So we can say that the earth always remains inclined in the same direction. It is always pointing towards the same direction. Now we all know that earth it is inclined, okay, to a certain degree. So this has a very great impact on the varying length of day and night. Also the alteration of the season takes place because of this inclination of the earth's axis, okay. So we will deal with the varying length of day and night. So what is happening here is, due to the inclination of the earth's axis, the circle of illumination also shifts its position, okay. So when it is revolving around the sun, at that time it is shifting, the circle of illumination shifts its position. If the earth's axis was perpendicular instead of being tilted, then every place on the earth would have had 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. But because it is tilted, that's why there is variation in the length of the day and night. Second point is alteration of the season. So changing or alteration of the season also takes place because of the inclination of the earth's axis, and this inclination, it is having a very important effect on the seasons. Since it is tilted, each pole is inclined alternatively towards the sun. So when it is summer in the northern hemisphere, what is happening? North pole is facing towards the sun, and the south pole, it is away from the sun. Hence it is north pole is experiencing summer season, and south pole, it is experiencing winter season. Similarly, during the winter, what is happening? The north pole is away from the sun, and the south pole, it is facing inclined towards the sun. Hence the south pole, it is having summer season, and the north pole, it is having winter season. Okay girls, this is all for today. We will continue in the next presentation. I have found a video on revolution in the YouTube. I'll send you the link. Please see the video. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye bye girls.